Hey hunters and Halloween fanatics, I have an interesting one for you today. This is a submersible RGB LED light made by a company called Qoolife, Qoolife. This is a new model. Difference from other lights on Amazon being it accepts AA batteries instead of AAA, so the battery life is longer. Open it up here. Remote control LED submersible lights, and pretty typical RGB remote, although something different. It is radio based, not infrared. So if you have this underwater and inside of a prop or whatnot, it's going to be RF, radio frequency, and you don't have to get line of sight to activate it, which that's pretty cool. It says it has 7-color flash, crossfade, spark, 7-color flash and turn, auto, all colors and turn, slowly and breathe, mixed, all colors and modes mixed. So pretty cool. It runs on 3 volts, so 2 AA's it sounds like. Actually it shows 3, so it looks like they are using the AA's in, well, it's a series, but then either regulated down by resistor, or 2 are in series, 1's parallel, something like that. But long story short, it says 3 volts, IP68 rated, so it can be submerged in water, which is kind of the idea of it. And, oh, there you go, 4.5 volts max. Oh, I'm sorry, the remote was 3 volts, so yeah, it's the battery cell, and then the light itself is 4.5 volts, so that's all 3 AA's, or AA's, in series to get that 4.5 volts. Working current 0.1 amp, rated power 0.45 watts, but with LEDs that can be quite a bit. So you see you have sealing ring, battery compartment, mounting hole, suction cups, magnet, different ways to mount this. Make sure batteries are installed correctly. Dry batteries and rechargeable batteries are available for product. That's cool. Let's see, do not mix batteries. Pretty straightforward warnings there. So let's pull out the product. Bubble wrapped nicely. Not heavy, but hefty. Enjoy the peely there. So it looks like we have 8, 9, 10 LEDs. I can't tell just yet if they're RGB LEDs or if they are individual for the colors, but we'll find out soon. There's a magnet that looks like a neodymium magnet. I'll put a tool to it and see. Ooh. Pretty solid. Actually very solid. Open, close, that's pretty obvious. Upgraded version 2, so that means it's for the AA batteries. Get a baggie here with your suction cups. So your suction cups just go right in the track here. There's a little notch on the side they pull into. Yeah, it works pretty well. So good little suction cups. And what else we have? The remote. Again, this is a RF remote, meaning no infrared. Actually, there's an infrared up top. That's interesting. Let's play with it, see if it's maybe dual RF and infrared. As always, there's a little battery tab here. Pull that out. And let's, oh yeah, the infrared still works. I'll take a close look at this. I don't see an infrared receiver up top here, nor on the sides. Hopefully I got the right remote. We'll find out. Well, it says RF wireless, so I guess it is radio frequency and infrared. I'll unscrew this. Nice fine threads. And there you go, silicone gasket. Oh, and there's a weight in here, so it won't float in water, obviously, because there's quite a bit of air inside of this light. Very straightforward there. So it's chip on board, COB lights. Yeah, I'm not seeing an infrared receiver, so it looks like it is RF. Okay, there's a little tiny void space between. Or is there a void space between the LEDs and the board? There has to be. So that must just be a piece of foam or something covering the circuit board. Yeah, just so you don't see the board. Yeah, you can just barely make out inside of there the chips inside. So, alright, let's fire it up. Put some of our Amazon Basics batteries we like so much in here. Board feels pretty solid. Good strong springs. Battery's holding well enough. And we will seal it up here. Be careful not to cross thread it. What I like to do, something like this, put it on spin it the opposite direction a couple times, then spin it, and it should be lined up right. There we go. Kind of knurls on the side, so you can get a good grip on it to tighten it. It is plastic thread, so you don't want to go too crazy, but just lightly tight is good. Alright, here we go. Red, green, blue. Nice vibrant colors too. It looks like they're even flicker free for camera use, so that is pretty cool. Yeah, this is a well-lit room with fluorescent lights, and as you can see, this is putting out a pretty decent amount of light. This thing's bright. And I'll put the remote underneath the table. The remote is indeed RF. So that's red plus blue, red plus green, green plus blue, white. How cool. Just straight up white light. Flash. Oh, feels like I over-tightened it and the screw just jumped a thread, but should still be good. Oh, so it's flashing through a series of different colors. Crossfade. See a little flicker on camera as it fades in and out, but still not bad. Looks like it just does single color crossfade. Can I change colors? Yeah, you can control the colors of the RF while it's in crossfade mode. Spark. Just changing through colors. Auto. Fading through colors. And mixed. Also looks like that's just changing through colors. So I could see this being a pretty cool light if you want to light up a prop. I'm sure you've seen props where a character's in a barrel, leaning over a barrel. Props with, you could have mist coming out of a barrel or fog coming out of a barrel, chilled fog. Even just outdoor haunt lighting. Home haunters looking at you. This little thing is pretty cool. With the magnet here, you could easily get a right angle bracket. Get a piece of wood, 2x4, whatever, attach a right angle bracket to it, bend it to whatever angle you'd like. And here you go for a nice outdoor waterproof light. So that's a cheap, easy fix. Angle brackets are cheap at Home Depot. It is magnetic. If you do a trunk or treat, something like that, you could stick these to the bottom of your car to light up the underneath. That would be pretty cool. Overall, I am pleasantly surprised and pleased by this light. Magnet is plenty strong. I mean, if you're waving it around, obviously it's going to move some, but yeah, that magnet is nice and strong. So we'll put it to the test. The Qoolife, even that looks cool right there. Shout out to any Skinny Puppy fans and Ogre's glowing green box. There you go, easy fix. So we'll find a bucket of water, drop this in it, see how it does. Alright, here we go. Here's our bucket of water and our light. She sinks. That metal does its job. Light looks good. And the remote works through the bucket just fine. No line of sight. And again, this isn't a well-lit room. As you can tell, it's pretty bright in here. This entire bucket is glowing. So there you go. If you need a waterproof light, outdoor light, if you're a trail hunter, home hunter, trunk or treater, whatever, this is pretty cool. I like that it's an RF remote. Looks like it's RF hybrid, still infrared partially, so it might be backwards compatible with the older models that don't use AAAs. Not sure on that, just a guess. But I gotta say, pretty happy with this light. A little bit pricier, but then again, this puts out similar amounts of light to some battery-powered DJ lights, and those are extremely expensive. And this ain't bad. I could even see potentially using these as uplights in a DJ situation around a room, since they are RF based. So that's a very, very interesting thought right there. So I hope this helps. Again, this is the Qoolife. I'm not even gonna really guess how you spell that. Qoolife submersible LED light. So far so good. We'll open it up in a second and make sure it stay dry. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see, the outside's still wet. Inside appears to be bone dry. No moisture on the batteries. No moisture on the metal plate. So the waterproof seal does indeed work just fine. I'd like to do some more extensive testing with this. Might just leave it in the bucket for a couple days. I'll update if it doesn't seal well or if it will get leaks, but I don't see it doing so because that silicone gasket inside seems pretty well made. As long as you seal it up, don't cross thread it, you should be good to go. Hope this helps.